The MMA fan base, in my opinion, is the dumbest sports fan base on the planet. Okay, I have seen some absolute craziness in my time doing MMA YouTube. All right, I don't even have 2K subs yet. Help a brother out, get me to 2K subs, like and subscribe. I'm going to split this video into 2 points, 2 parts even. The first part is things that I have seen from MMA fans over, well, since watching the sport, some takes that I've seen people have, how they act, etc., etc. And then the second part is comments from my own videos, like this one, that we're going to go into and break down. I'm going to give context to all of them. Let's start off with the first take that MMA fans have quite often. It's this argument of other thing was worse, therefore thing isn't bad. You may be thinking, what the fuck you on about? Thing. For example, with the Tom Aspinall eye poke. Well, I've seen worse eye pokes. Therefore, Tom Aspinall's eye poke isn't bad. It makes no sense. You can say that for literally anything. Fucking anything. You know, someone could blow up a building. And you go, well, I've seen worse bombings. I've seen worse explosions. This one isn't bad. You know, someone could break their arm. I've seen worse arm breaks than that. So this one's not even that bad. You know, things can be bad, but other things can also be worse, if that makes sense. Like, if I get punched in the nose and I start bleeding from my nose, but it's not broken, it still hurts. Okay, if someone gets their nose broken, that's obviously worse. But having my nose busted open isn't also, it doesn't mean that that's good. It's still bad. It's just not as bad as getting your nose deformed. It's really not that hard to understand, but people go, what's that? Fucking so-and-so got kicked in the balls during a fight. Well, another fighter from a year ago got kicked in the balls worse than that. Therefore, that other fighter that just got kicked in the balls shouldn't even be complaining. It doesn't even, like, that one was worse than this one, so that means this one's not bad at all. It's a stupid argument, and we saw it a lot for the Tom Aspinall eye poke situation. Well, you know, DC's eye poke was worse when Stipe eye poked DC, and then DC proceeded to get knocked out, by the way. The eye poke was a lot worse than Tom Aspinall's. Like, yeah, it was. What's your point? It doesn't mean Tom Aspinall's wasn't bad in the first place. Just means somebody had it worse. It's quite common. People get knocked out worse than others. It doesn't mean that getting knocked out less bad isn't still bad. Like, you look at one that comes to mind, Overeem versus Ngannou. Well, when Ngannou fucking ripped his head off his shoulders and then delivered a ground and pound that wasn't really needed. That was brutal. Probably more brutal than, say, fucking I don't know. Let me think of a decent knockout. I mean, it's probably more brutal than Ilia Tuporia's knockout on Charles. Okay, doesn't mean that Ilia Tuporia's knockout on Charles still wasn't bad for Charles. Just because it wasn't Francis that was doing it, and just because Francis hits harder and the knockout was more disgusting and brutal and unnecessary ground and pound, doesn't mean that the Ilia versus Charles knockout still wasn't bad for Charles, if that makes sense. So, other thing worse, therefore this thing isn't bad. Now, this one's a great one that a certain fan base likes to use. I can separate the fighter from the person. Now, I'm not saying that we should discredit fighters based on their fighting skills because they're a shit person, but what I am, the point I like to make with this one is people support, let's say, a criminal. Let's say let's say a fighter commits a crime. I'm not naming any names. But let's say a fighter commits a crime. Whether it be, I don't know, hit and run. Let's just say that the victim was pregnant or something like that. I don't know. And you criticise that fighter, and you obviously don't want to root for that fighter because he's a shit person, or she. I'm not naming any names here, remember, I'm not naming any names. But you're like, okay, I'm not going to root for that guy because he's a piece of shit and he doesn't deserve to succeed. Because he's a piece of shit person. He deserves all the bad things to come to him. He deserves to get knocked out. But you have these fans that actively root for the bad person, no matter what they've done. And they go, look, I can separate the fighter from the person. Like, yeah, you can, but it doesn't mean that, you know, you should probably. It doesn't mean you should root for the guy. You know, like, I will name someone now, like Ian Gary. Okay, you can separate Ian Gary's cookery from his fighting, you know, from his ability to fight in the cage, and you can say, Ian Gary's a great fighter. Am I going to root for Ian Gary? Probably not. I don't fucking like the guy. I think he's a bit of a clown. I think he's a bit cringe. I think his lifestyle doesn't align with my foundation and my morals. Not saying that he's a bad guy for it, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to root for him either. It's just sometimes, you know, it's okay to separate the fighter from the person by saying, like, this fighter is a really good fighter, but he's a piece of shit person. And then not rooting for the piece of shit person over, like, the good person, like the person with good morals, the person that's a nice guy, doesn't commit any crimes, you know, doesn't hurt women, maybe. That's another one from MMA fans that it's just dumb. I can separate the art from the artist. Like, yeah, okay, you can do that, but does it mean that you should support the person? Probably not. It just kind of says a lot about you as a person. This is another one of the MMA fans that I've actually got an example of in the comment section of the video. They just read the title of the video, they come on and they comment, and they don't even watch the fucking thing. I did a video a while ago called "This is how Stipe Miocic will beat John Jones," right? And I swear I had comments like, "Stipe's not going to win." Like, in the video, I break down both guys. I just need a catchy title. I did a video called "Excuses the John Jones fans will make when Tom Aspinall beats him," and someone came in my comments, but now do the excuses from the Aspinall fans. In the video, I did that. I did both. I did both sides. I did a video earlier, and you'll see the comment later. Alexander Volkanovski is ducking Lerone Murphy? ? And I had a comment like, fucking, oh, you're not gonna go anywhere with these accusations. Volk ducking? Like, no. Lerone Murphy is accusing Volkanovski of ducking him. I even say in their video, I don't think Volk is ducking Lerone Murphy. The guy's never ducked a fight in his life. But these low attention span TikTok fans, right? They see a little clickbaity title because, let's be honest, we need to bait people in. Us smaller channels, we sometimes need to bait people in with a little bit of fucking clickbait, with a little bit, and they read the title and they go, "Bleh, I'm just gonna comment on the title. I'm not gonna watch any of the content that's in the video, and I'm just gonna comment." It's dumb. It's dumb. It's a dumb. You look dumb. I can't believe you said Volk ducks Lerone Murphy. I didn't. I said he doesn't. He isn't doing that. You just read the title with your fucking low IQ, low attention span, fucking retard brain and go, ducking. Like, just fucking watch the video. It's like 20 minutes, 50. In fact, how long was that video? Let me have a look. How long was that video? It wasn't long at all. That video was fucking 9 minutes long. They couldn't make it through 9 minutes and 26 seconds of me explaining that he's not ducking him and Lerone Murphy's making himself look silly for insinuating that. I hate them. I actually hate them so much. And then we have these dum-dums. They make everything about race. You know, you criticize John Jones. You just hate black people. You criticize Dagestanis. You hate Muslims. You know, you criticize a white guy, crickets. They don't say anything. They say nothing. You know, you criticise a white Christian fighter, which I've done. I've criticised Bryce Mitchell. I've criticised DDP. I've criticised fucking Alex Pereira. I've criticised everyone. I've criticised Ian Gary. You know, Michael Chandler. I criticised Gene Silver. But when I fucking criticised Dylan Dennis, Chael Sonnen, Tony Ferguson, fucking everyone, bro. Yuri, my favourite fighter. But you make a video about John Jones or Gable Stevenson or fucking anyone that's not like English speaking white people, and they go, you just hate black, you're just racist. You know what I've learned what to do with those people? It's just agree with them. Because there's no arguing it. There is no arguing, look, I'm just criticising the guy's actions. It's nothing to do with skin colour. Yeah, you whites are all the same. And I have examples of this in the comment section of this video as well, which we'll get into. But, you know, you criticise John Jones for all the things that he's, like, his actions, and they just go, you white people just like to hate on a successful black man. You know what I'm going to say from now on? Yeah, I do. There's no point in arguing. I might do a whole video on this. The race problem in fucking in UFC. It's a whole problem with us, with like certain demographic of fans. And I'm gonna say who it is. It's the Dagestanis, and it's the black fan base. You can comment all you want. It's true. And you know, there's probably some fucking white supremacy fan bases too that just like to shit on minorities for no reason, and they're fucking clowns as well. But the majority of the time, the people that make it about race and fucking do all this crying, it's from those two demographics, and I'm tired of pretending that it's not. And you can cancel me all you want, I don't give a shit, man. This is just the truth, and I might do a whole video on it, to be honest, because it gets tiresome when you give valid criticisms to these fighters, right? Like Ankalaev, right? He's a boring personality, and that's about it. So when he loses, you're like, thank God, he's not an exciting guy to root for, and you criticize him for, you know, hugging on the cage, stalling fights. And what do we get? We get called racist for it. By the same people. You criticise Rajah Jackson for nearly killing someone. You just hate black people. What? I'm condemning a criminal. What are you talking about? I hate black people. I don't hate black people. I hate dickheads. And some of them happen to be black. Some of them happen to be white. Some of them happen to be Dagestani. Anyone can get it on no bromo. Fucking white, black, yellow, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me, bro. Nothing's about race on this channel, but I might do a video about those certain fucking fans, because they are annoying. And now we have these ones, they pick and choose what to listen to, guys. Well, so like, I'll give an example. The Dagestanis do this quite a lot, alright? You can, fucking hell, that was a bad one. Did you hear that? I'm the fucking retard. You know, the Dagestanis, you know, you can say things like, I do think Ankalaev is a really skilled fighter. Because he is. Ankalaev, great striking, can also grapple quite well. He's very well-rounded. He is a good fighter. I just think he's a bit boring, and I don't like the fact that when he does grapple, it's kind of just stalls the fight. And they go, you just fucking hate Muslims! You hate all Muslims! You hate... They ignore the part where I praised him. Same with John Jones. I mean, it's the same people. Usual suspects. I can say John Jones is a brilliant fighter. There's no denying it. He's one of the greatest combat sports. You know, he's one of the best mixed martial artists of all time. However, I think he's a piece of shit because of X, Y, and Z. And they go, you just hate him because he's black. You just don't like John Jones. You can't give him any credit. It's like, no, I just did give him credit. Yeah, I can fucking say, like, I can say anything. I could give a positive and a negative to any fighter, and the fan base will stick to the negative and ignore the positive thing. Dagestanis are the worst for it. You could praise Islam Makhachev, right? I like Islam, but I think he kind of ducked Ilia Tuporia. You just do want to criticize Muslims. No, I like Islam. Just shut up. Bunch of goons. Now, part 2 of the video. Again, some real comments that I had from people on this channel. And we're going to get into it right now. So this is about Gable Stevenson. If you haven't seen my video about... let me zoom myself out. If you haven't seen my video about Gable Stevenson, let me just give some context, right? So this guy, Gable, okay, in 2019 was at a party, and him and his friend had sexual intercourse with a drunk girl, whether they were 19, okay, at a college party. Drunk girl came, him and his friend decided to sleep with her. She consented whilst being drunk. The only reason Gable and his friend weren't charged or prosecuted, right? The only fucking reason why was because of this thing called the MM 2019 loophole. You can Google it, which basically says that because the girl voluntarily was intoxicated, it's basically her bad. So basically, she either needed to be spiked or be incapacitated. That's literally the ruling for it to be classed as grape soda. Okay? And then in 2021, they closed that loophole up to make it so voluntary intoxication or not, it would be classed as grape soda from 2021 onwards. I called out Gable Stevenson for this, for doing this to a girl, okay? And I basically explained that the only reason why he got away with it was because of this loophole, which you can look up. It's just a factual fucking thing. And so many comments. This is what I mean about them being dumb. They're just dumb. They're dumb. Oh, they're just idiots, man. And we're going to read some, so. Kodak Black's brain. So, he committed no crimes. Yes, because of a loophole, exactly. Well, I didn't say that at the time it wasn't a crime. That kind of rhymed. Whoa. But it's a loophole. People just can't critically think. They go, so, let me get this straight. The jury found him not guilty. Yeah, same how fucking Epstein didn't traffic any children to anyone. Yeah, because, because he was found not guilty of it. Because he didn't do it. Had sex with a consenting adult whilst drunk, which is now against the law, by the way, in that state. It's now against the fucking law to do that. And now he's a piece of shit that deserves his career ended and taken away from him because of it. Yeah, pretty much. Lol, he was 19 years old in 2019. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 19, I didn't actually grape anyone. I didn't commit grape soda. Because I was actually I was an adult. I hate when people same thing with Raja. This guy's a fucking 21-year-old kid, or however old he is. He's a fucking adult. He's an adult with a functioning brain. Well, he doesn't have a functioning brain, does he? But that's the thing. He was 19. Lol, he was 19. So I didn't do any of this shit when I was 19, and I'm pretty sure loads of you guys haven't done this shit either when you were 19. How's that a reason? Does that make him morally not that great of a person? Yeah, he could probably do better. Well, you can say that about anybody these days. You literally can't, because I've never done that. Even bit of a personal story here, but when I was with I've been with Jazz for 8 years now. It's been a fucking long time. Fucking hell. Early in our relationship, she came back to my house drunk because she was partying at her fucking mum's house. They were having a house party or whatever, and she came to sleep at my house. Okay, she was drunk. I wasn't. At this point, I was with her. I've fucking been with her for like a year or two. Okay, and she does. She tries to come on to me because we're in a relationship. I say no. I go, no, you're drunk. Because it's the moral thing to do. You go, no, love, you're drunk. I'm not. This isn't happening. We'll do it tomorrow. You know? Just go to sleep. I'm not doing that. So you can't say about anyone. People with a moral compass don't do this shit. If it was such a big deal, why is it just now being brought up after all these years? Because it's relevant. Because he's a relevant person. That's why. It's so stupid. You can say that about Epstein, bro. Like, that happened years ago, and it's only been brought up now? Why is it only being brought up now? If it was such a big deal. Fucking stupid. I know I'm not saying... Before you low IQ MMA fans come at me in the comments, you're saying Gable's like Epstein? No, I'm not saying that. This sounds like a bunch of know-nothing miserable snowflake trying to make something out of fuck all. Yeah, I'm just a miserable snowflake that doesn't like people take advantage of drunk people, I guess. Gable is not just a college wrestler, you sissy. He's a gold medalist in the Olympics. Hate him or love him, but don't be a hater. So this guy, I watched the whole video where I explain Gable's like whole SA scandal and the details of it and why he got away with it. And the only gripe that he has was that I didn't acknowledge that he was in the Olympics. I don't know what to say about these fans, bro. They're unbelievable. It's actually comical. It's so funny. These low IQ, unga bunga cavemen. Honestly. Got another one here. This clown sounds like a white clown hater. Yeah, I just hate I just hate white clowns. No, I'm joking. He's called me a white clown. So again, bringing it back to race. We all know what race fucking TX Ag 99 is. He called me a white clown. I'm just a hater. I just hate him. I just hate Gable's. Really, my underlining problem with Gable, and I'll be honest now. It's not even that he did this. It's even that he did this crime. Okay. It's just that he's black. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? I just don't. According to Tag. So maybe he's right. You know, and like, I am just a white clown hater. I just don't like him because of his skin color. That's what the video was all about. If you really read into the nuanced layers of that video, it's just that he's black. That's my only issue with Gable. And John Jones. 6 years ago, so he was 19. Okay. Alright, so that means it's alright then. Alright. What? It happened 6 years ago? Oh, my bad. My man, I forgot SA had an expiry date on it. It's got an expiry date on it now, guys. So anything you did in 2019, it doesn't count because you were younger than what you are now. So he was 19, and he was an adult. He was an adult, though. Okay, then. He was an adult then. Oh, sound. I guess we can't criticize the adults for making their own life choices, guys. Fucking, and then we have this one. I want to give context to this one before I show it, because this guy is actually, I think, mentally retarded. So, in the Gable Stevenson video, I played a low-quality fucking Twitter version of Gable Stevenson's knockout, and he jumps over the ropes and high-fives some fucking guy in the crowd. And I said, I think that's John Jones, because he's fucking fat and old, and it was a joke. Oh, okay, call him fat and old, but I couldn't clearly see that it was John Jones because of the resolution of the video. It wasn't clear. So I said in the video, I think that's John Jones. This low IQ Drain Cap TCG thinks I don't know who John Jones is. And that's why I said, I think that's John Jones. Look, I think that's John Jones. So what, you're just a hater that only makes hateful content and complains and bitches the whole time? Do not recommend. MMA channel that doesn't even know who John Jones is. I said I think that's John Jones because it's a low quality video and I couldn't tell. He thinks I don't know who John Jones is. He's so dumb. It's so funny. Yeah, man, I have no idea who John Jones is. You got me. You can't believe the video wasn't clear or anything. You said it yourself and then doubled down on your theory because you didn't know, and confirmed it was him because he's old and fat. I even put the timestamp since you're such a good investigative reporter. He's really got me here, guys. Yeah, man, you got me good. Who is John Jones? Never heard of him. Is he good? This is what I mean with these dumb cunt MMA fans. Just double down and join in. There's no point. You might as well try and rage bait them because you're not going to change their minds with logic. Just fucking rage bait them. Just rage bait them at this fucking point. Nice, man. You could just, I admit it, there's a video. You can't escape. Laughing emoji. Have fun spreading misinformation and bitterness with your channel. Low IQ, fucking Draincat TCG. What an absolute clown, bro. He thinks I don't know who John Jones is because I couldn't tell if it was him from a blurry video. This is another one from the Gable Stevenson one. Again, Bipolar Express, making it about race, whatever. Every time there's a successful black man, you people just go and tear them. You people go try and tear them down. Yeah, it's not just, it isn't to do with the fact that he took advantage of someone whilst they were drunk and only got away with it because of a legal loophole that states that because she voluntarily drunk herself and wasn't incapacitated, that's literally the loophole. That's literally the standard of which it would be considered rape is if she was unconscious, right? That's in the report that she needed to be incapacitated. That's not why I don't like him. It's just because he's black, and I say that I confirm that in my reply. Yeah, man, I just don't like him because he's black. And you know what's funny? I'm saying this satirically, obviously, but all the people still comment going, "I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that." Like I'm being fucking serious in my thoughts about Gable Stevenson and John Jones. This is about the Rajah Jackson video titled "Rampage Jackson's son nearly kills a wrestler in brutal beatdown" or something. This guy says clickbait. The guy was in a coma. The guy got put into a coma and was on a fucking feeding tube. He nearly killed him. Clickbait. Clickbait. Is it click? I even fucking showed the video of him doing it. It's not clickbait at all. He thought he fucking beat the shit out of him, nearly killed him. Another one, another few from the Rajah one. Okay, making it, you know, this is just fuck it. White people always start shit, then play the victim. Lol. Don't start shit. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. Yeah. Because Psycho Stu deserved that, guys. For in fact, I'll make this a little bit smaller. You know, for doing what he did. You know, with that prop can. Fuck Psycho Stu, right? Fuck him. White people always start. Yeah, white people always start shit. That's who starts the shit, isn't it? Okay. Us white people, we're just violent thugs. That's what. And I'm not saying anyone else is. I'm just saying. Us white people, we always start shit, right, guys? It's always us that starts it. It's always us. Yeah, I don't know. Even if he apologized and shit, you better expect some form of revenge after smacking a beer can, fake or not. Free Rajah. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, because what Stu did and what Rajah did, they're just the same level of intensity, isn't it? And it is the same, you know. It just is the same. You know what I mean? So I see what you mean. You know, fake prop can, put into a coma on a feeding tube. Psycho Stu deserved it, guys. I mean, and then the Big Mac says, "Look at it from both sides." We saw it on both sides on a live stream. The whole thing was filmed. We saw it. We don't need to look at it from both sides because it was filmed. He's not going to prison. Sounds like someone took your lunch money. Rajah probably would take my lunch money. Can I keep that in? Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll keep that in. If anyone's here at this point, fuck it. No one's gonna be watching at this point anyway. You're not a great reporter. You're a clown. Stay away from my lunch money, Raja. You can choose to see a green sky when the sky is blue, but you'll never convince other people of your delusion. This is all about Raja. Praying for white guys not to crash out too much over this issue. Yeah, we're the guys that were crashing out, not the guy on the stream that said, "You're about to see a crash out. You're about to see a crash out for real, bruh. You're about to see a crash out, bruh. I'm tired of people playing with me, bruh." I'm quoting Raja Jackson with his voice. That's what he said. You're not going to like the inability to get what you want in the situation. I don't know what he means by that. Okay, but Ja Rule, praying for white guys not to crash out too much over this issue, because fuck us, right? I mean, because it's all about race again, guys. This is what I mean. The MMA fans are dumb. They're just dumb. It's either about race or well, that's it. That's it. With them, it's no nuance. It's not like person did a bad thing, so person getting criticized for bad thing. It's white person criticize black person for actions. He must be racist. He must hate black people. That must be the issue. And this is about Chael Sonnen's video about Raja, because I did a whole video on that, about how he has the worst take on the situation. And Scoopsars says he has the best take, in my opinion. Why do you think Raja hasn't been arrested? Because nothing's been wrong done. Because it's a well-known fact that every single person that's committed a crime ever has always been arrested for it. Always. I mean, look at Prince Andrew. For example, in the UK. He's a PDF file. Okay. Hasn't been arrested. Hasn't been arrested, though. There's multiple people in this country that commit crimes against children and women. Certain types of people. They don't get prison time, and if they do, it's only for a little bit. And there's people that fucking do shit, and they just get covered up, and just don't go to prison. So why do you think Raja hasn't been arrested? Because there was nothing wrong done. That must be why then he didn't get arrested. Because he didn't do it. Because it's a well-known historical fact, guys, that everyone that does something wrong always gets justice. Always gets. It isn't like the justice system's corrupt in any way. And this is about the Volk one that I said earlier. Just reading the title and not fucking even listening to the video. You're not going anywhere with this absurd allegations. Volk ducking. And then another one's first special ed MMA YouTuber. Listen, I have autism, okay? So maybe I am the first special ed MMA YouTuber, maybe. But these guys didn't fucking watch the video. They read the title, clicked on it, and fucking left a comment and fucked off. Because I even reply with timestamps to show them that I say Volk isn't ducking. Did they reply? Did they fuck? Last one now. Now this is about Conor McGregor. Okay, so basically, I did a video on Conor McGregor, and I said at the very start of the video, I'm not talking about the court case with Nikita and whether I think he's guilty. This video is about Conor McGregor repeatedly cheating on his wife. I specified that at the start. I didn't even mention the case. I mentioned about D. Devlin and how she's a doormat and she needs to leave Conor and he treats her like shit. I said nothing about the court case in this video. Yet, the MMA fan base never fails to let me down. Wait, never lets me down. Anyway, Candice Owens already debunked this. Mrs. Hand texted him that night saying she wanted to hook up. She already had a child and a boyfriend at the time, and CCTV footage shows her kissing Conor after the alleged grape. Again, I said it at the very start. I'm not even talking about... I even say, let's go into this video like it was consensual. I actually said that in the video. I said, this is all... Let's go into this with a mindset that it's all consensual. Because I was talking about how he's mistreating D. Devlin, not about the actual case. You didn't watch the video. What am I wrong about then? I didn't even talk about the verdict in the video. It's about how he's cheated on her multiple times. And this is where the MMA fan... Because some MMA fans, even though you catch them out in something, they can't back down and go, okay, fair enough. They have to have the last word. I didn't even bother replying to him because he's just an idiot. Men and women are different. He was never cheating on her, essentially. He never... Basically, men and women are different. Men can go fuck whoever they want. And it's not cheating. So that's good info. I'm going to tell Jazz that later when she comes back home. I'm going to tell her, by the way, love, I just fucked someone down the street. But don't worry. It's not cheating because men and women are different. This guy watches too much Myron Gaines. You know what I mean? He watches too much Fresh and Fit. She's the wife. She gets the ring and the castle. Guys messing with another girl is just sampling. It's just like sampling different food. Yeah. It's exactly like that. You're so right. Every high value man does this. It's called testosterone. We wake up with boners. But we only give Listen, guys, when you wake up with a boner, just go cheat on your wife, okay? Because it's fine. Because men and women are completely different, and it doesn't matter. Hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed laughing at these fans. There's a few other things that I can just think of off the top of my head, like just like the MMA fans that just I had something in my fucking brain then. But there's other dumb MMA fan moments and other dumb takes that they have. Another one is like the fighter loses fight, therefore they are washed. That's a dumb take. You see it all the time. You've seen it with everyone that Elia's fought, and then they've all gone on to win the next fights. It just is that. And then you've got the fucking, like the MMA Joeys and the Kenny Okoyes that fucking cope about like fucking the Ankalaev fight and Pereira's this and Pereira's that, and Ankalaev is actually better still, even though he got knocked out in 1 minute 20, he's still better. There's loads of other stuff. If I've missed anything, okay, let me know down below. If you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate the fucking support. If you're not, then fuck you. You're not even going to hear me say that. So go fuck yourself. I hope you die in a painful, painful death. I want to reiterate at the end, okay, my jokes about Gable Stevenson, about me not liking him because he's black, were fucking jokes. I'm playing into the character that these people are saying that I am. I'm going to do a whole fucking video, I think, on the race baiting MMA fans that are just... They're just a bunch of clowns, essentially. But yeah, long video today. Hope you fucking enjoyed. Like and subscribe. My links are down below. Become a member today. Join the Discord. Until next time, I'll see you in a bit.